Catching the train took a bizarre twist in rural Russia this week. A man who survived after falling out of a carriage, barely dressed for a night in a freezing Siberian forest in the winter. To tell us how he managed to make it out of the woods alive is RT's Tom Barton. Now, Tom, tell us, how on earth did this happen?
Well, Sean, yeah, it's quite an astonishing sort of headline to read out. So if we picture the scene, we've got 42-year-old Valery Malkov, a lorry driver, in this train, clickety-clacking its way through the forests in the Amur region in Russia's Far East at night, and he decides to go for a cigarette. Well, nothing special there. So he goes to the vestibule at the end of the carriage, smokes his cigarette, and then, as he says, went to open the door to go back to his carriage, except it was the wrong door, and he falls out the back of the train. So he rapidly realises that he is not just running to catch up with the train, but for his very life. It's minus 40 Celsius there. He's wearing slippers, jogging bottoms and a T-shirt, and there's no hope of catching the train. It's long gone into the distance. And he's, just by pure luck, manages to reach the next station, which is luckily just 7 kilometres away. They find this man half naked running towards them. They give him some tea and warm him up. We managed to talk to him earlier. He was a little bit embarrassed about the whole thing.
When I fell out, I only had pants, slippers and T-shirt. I ran for 7 kilometers. I didn't curse when it happened. I just saw the train was gone, so I came quickly to my senses and started running so that I didn't freeze. I ran on the railway track for about 20 or 30 minutes. When I got to the nearest station, their eyes popped out after they saw a man with almost no clothes on. Women there quickly gave me tea and reported what just happened. I didn't tell this to anybody. My wife found out about the incident only after journalists called her.
I would imagine that the phone call he had with his wife after she had found out, not from him, but from journalists, was possibly a little bit strained.
Well, and he's looking like a really tough man right there in the snow in the short sleeves. But all's well that ends well, as they say, and pardon the pun, but is there going to be any fallout from this event?
Good one, Sean. I like it, yeah. Well, it seems not, luckily. He's OK. No injuries, no hypothermia. He's back at work. I imagine maybe spinning a few yarns with his colleagues about it. There will be an investigation into perhaps whether the train guard had forgotten to lock the back door of the train, which, as we can see, was probably quite a big oversight if it turns out that that was what happened. It's also possibly one factor that made him run a bit faster was that we've recently reported on in the Far East and Siberia there's been quite a lot of problems with packs of ravenous wolves being there. So I imagine if he had that in mind, if he knew about that, possibly something to spur him on a bit faster.
Indeed, a bizarre story, but it's good to know that he's alive and that really no one was hurt in the incident, and it could have been a lot worse, yeah? RT's Tom Barton, thank you very much for being with us.